Hey everybody, what's going on? All right, I'm back with a new video because I got in my Scream Factory Shocktober shipment that I've been waiting for a little while. They had a big 10th anniversary sale early October. Anyway, I got some really awesome pickups and I wanted to go over those with you. And I also made a really stupid blunder and I'm just going to tell you about it. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I picked up 8 new titles. It's sort of a wide variety of stuff. Some are upgrades to what I already have, and some are some titles I've never owned before, and some are some titles that I haven't owned in a long time. Like some of them I owned on VHS actually, and never actually got a disc of them after getting rid of most of my VHS movies. Stupid. Anyway, let's take a look at these things. Okay, so the first one I picked up is George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. Awesome movie. Now this is a title that I haven't owned since the VHS copy I used to have. And I got rid of most of mine, sadly, around the year 2000 or so. I remember selling a whole bunch to a former coworker. Anyway, it's sad times thinking about it. I really should have hung on to them, but I never really did get a disc for this classic, and I've always wanted it in my collection, and it's just kind of, eluded me all this time, right? Just haven't been able to find one at the right time or at a good price, and the price was amazing on this. And I really wanted this classic, as well as I wanted the classic Dawn of the Dead. Right, because I have here the DVD from way back with this special edition steelbook cover, Dawn of the Dead. Right, it just pops up like that, and it's this copy right here. I'm sure it's the uncut, right, or yeah, unrated director's cut. Pretty flashy. Hey, look at that! Look at the cool sleeve. It looks so. Oh, Oh, and the back is the same too. So, question. Why the sleeve again? I really don't get that, because the sleeve fits, of course, not nearly as well in this this special edition case, but it actually will fit the whole thing, and it's super loose if you don't have the whole thing in there. It's got this metal case. Dawn of the Dead came with it. It's got Universal on the back, 2004. That's all it says. Really small rating there. I'm sure you can't see it too well, but the front is just raised lettering, Dawn of the Dead, like that. Cool little case, and it's from Future Shop, believe it or not. So we don't really have any Future Shops around anymore. They're all pretty much gone. They're all just Best Buys now. They were, for those of you that aren't familiar with it or didn't have a Future Shop around, they were basically Best Buy. The only difference was the salespeople worked on commission, so they would kind of chase you all over the store if you went in there, whereas in Best Buy, they're all, they're not commission sales, so kind of a different vibe. Anyway, I've always had this one. I really like this version. Super cool. Sarah Polley. It's great. But I really need a copy of the original, and I've been meaning to get one forever. So in this Scream Factory sale, of course, I had to pick it up, and it was such a great deal. So I went and I saw it there right after I grabbed Day of the Dead, and I was like, holy, that's like $12, great deal, throw it in the cart. I got them both, perfect, great opportunity. And then it came in, yeah, and I'm sure a few of you figured out the blunder already, didn't you, Richard? Look what I did. I got another copy, just with this alternate cool artwork, of the same movie I already own. So I have a Blu-ray copy of it now, which is good, and it's nice to have the upgrade. I mean, I'm not disappointed. Ultimately, it's not a big fail or anything there, but it's an embarrassing blunder. I should have actually looked at it when I put it in the cart. I was just kind of, I was so excited. I was looking at this collector's edition of Day of the Dead. And I'm like, oh, Dawn of the Dead, get that too, you need it. It's definitely the different one. Didn't even crossed my mind that it had this special artwork for the Sarah Polley 04 Dawn of the Dead. So anyway, I have a Blu-ray copy of that, and that's the blunder. Duh. Okay, so moving on. That was the second one. Next one is this classic I haven't seen in forever, Dreamscape. I don't know how many of you know this one, but this is a Dennis Quaid movie. It's just really good. I remember loving watching this movie as a kid. My brother was a big fan of it as well, and I haven't watched it in so long. And it came up in that feed, and the price was so great. Again, I'm like, you gotta pick this thing up. So it's nice to have a Blu-ray copy, some decent special features on it. So I'm looking forward to checking that out again. So Dreamscape, another sweet pickup. Okay, now this is one that I have never owned before, believe it or not. And it's kind of crazy, but it is the collector's edition of The Fog. Oh my God, you don't own that? No. It's so sad. I can't believe I don't own a copy of The Fog. And I haven't seen it in so long. I haven't watched it since I was probably a teenager. And I remember liking it. I remember having a good time watching it. And I don't know why I never got it. But again, great price on this. And I've always wanted a copy. And I've never really been able to find it, even on TV here and there. It doesn't really seem to get a lot of love. So I thought I have got to pick this thing up. And I'm looking forward to watching it again. It'll feel kind of fresh for me because it's been a long time. Okay, and the next one, this is an upgrade. I picked up the Session 9 Blu-ray. Now, you know how much I love Session 9. Absolutely creepy film. I love this film. Highly, highly underrated. This has some awesome special features on it, which is kind of why I wanted to get it the most. It has Sean Clark's Horrors Hallowed Grounds episode of him going through the hospital before it's torn down. I mean, how it is today, it's pretty much gone. I think, I don't even know if they still have any of those, is it the grave markers or something? I forget that was there that he was saying. I don't know, but anyway, it has a really good episode of Horrors Hallowed Grounds, and I really, really wanted to get a copy of that. And seeing it on Blu-ray, I'm sure it's going to look an awful lot better than it does on DVD. And this is a movie that I watch at least once a year. I always like to put it on around Halloween time. But it's really good anytime. Awesome, awesome movie. So I'm really glad I picked this up. Again, dirt cheap price for the big Scream Factory 10th anniversary. So that is number 5. Okay, so 3 left. Then I went to another John Carpenter classic that I love. Vampires. So this again is the collector's edition. I have flipped around the cover arcs. I actually opened this. I planned on watching it again. I've always been a big fan of this movie. When I saw it in the theater, I was impressed with it. I thought it was one of the coolest movies John Carpenter had done in a bit. I thought it stood out for me, and it was actually better than I was expecting, because I thought it might be kind of cheesy and not so good. They saved that for the sequel with John Bon Jovi. But as you can see, the alternate collector's edition artwork here, very, very cool. I really like that. I like it a lot. But this is a Blu-ray that I've wanted to have for a long time, because I did have it on DVD. And it did have this cover, which is why I like it this way. And I lent it to somebody I used to work with. Probably a dozen or so titles, and I never got them back. Of course, bad idea to lend stuff. There were a lot of situations there. There was layoffs and people, so we sort of lost touch a little bit. But it was just a bummer. I lost a lot of movies in that, and this is one of them. So I haven't been able to get it back for a very long time, and I haven't watched it in I probably haven't watched it in like 15 years, like a long time. Something crazy like that at least. But really glad I picked this up. Again, really good price. Usually this thing goes for decent money, and that's why I've been sort of avoiding getting it. But when the sale popped up, I was like, now is the time, baby. That is a great price. So that is number 6. That leaves 2. And here, of course, knowing me, being the big Steelbook fan, I had to get at least one Steelbook, and this is one, again, that I haven't owned before. But the Steelbook was available, and it was dirt cheap, and again, very cool artwork. My Bloody Valentine. Picked up a copy of that. Steelbook, very cool, so I'm looking forward to watching this. I've only seen this once or twice, And again, it was when I was a kid. It's been a long time, but anyway, I was really happy to see the Steelbook was as cheap as it was, and it's, you know, it's a limited edition, so it's pretty cool. And I thought, give it a go, man. Okay, so the last one is, and you're probably thinking this whole time, like, you got a lot of, you know, movies, but not one is 4K. Never fear, I got The Howling. Check this out, The Howling in 4K. This was under $20. Crazy good deal. It's not the awesome collector's edition with all the extra beauty. That would be great to have that, but again, a little pricey, and shipping it here to me in Canada, also pretty pricey. But this was a great deal, and I really wanted to get it. I love The Howling. It's one of my favorite werewolf horror movies. I really love the special effects in it. I think it gets overshadowed a lot by American Werewolf in London because, you know, American Werewolf is just an incredibly good movie. It really is. I mean, it's superior, of course, as a movie, and wicked special effects as well. But I feel like these get ignored too much, and it's really awesome work in this. And it's a great movie, so I'm looking forward to checking this out in 4K. I haven't owned this since VHS days as well, so it's been a long time. Definitely looking forward to this. My dad also had the first and second novel of this particular movie, and that's what sort of got me interested in it as well when I was a little dude and just starting out and getting into horror. So anyway, great movie in 4K. Looking forward to checking this out as well. So that was number 8 in the Scream Factory Shocktober sale. So again, that ran, I think it was September 29th to October 7th. Something like that. Anyway, really good sales they put on for this 10-year anniversary, and yeah, I took advantage. Also, if you got over, I think it was the $100 threshold, and that's sort of why I was piling those other great titles on when I was finding them for, you know, in that $10 range, most of them. I qualified to get that 10th anniversary t-shirt. It was really, really cool. So I didn't get it, of course, with the movies, and that is, of course, because it is shipped separately. So if any of you out there haven't got yours yet, don't panic. Of course, they are planning on shipping them. They're just coming a little bit later, and they're from a different source. So that is why. All right, well, that'll do it for the Scream Factory Shocktober pickups. I think I got 8 solid titles, even though I had one silly-ass blunder, and I still need to get the original Dawn of the Dead. I can't believe I don't have that in my collection. Sorry, Richard, I know it's one of your favorites. I do apologize. It should definitely be there, and yeah, I can't believe I made that little blunder. I'm like, oh, great. But again, it's no big deal. It is an upgrade from my DVD, so not a waste. It was still an incredibly good price. I guess that is pretty much it for now, guys. So there will be some stuff coming up in the not too distant future as well to go over with you guys. I got some pickups coming, and we're getting closer to the holiday season and stuff. I'll probably show you my new National Lampoon's ornament. I know a few people have been asking about that, and it's kind of a neat little talking set of the family, so whatever. If you're into it, if not, all good. Anyway, I will see you guys for the next one, and thanks so much for watching.